So good morning dear students. Today we can discuss about two types of non-aqueous titration. So there are two important types of non-aqueous titration. First one is the non-aqueous titration of weak bases and the second one is non-aqueous titration of weak acid. So the non-aqueous titration of weak bases is also called acidometry in non-aqueous solvents, and the non-aqueous titration of weak acids is also called alkalimetry in non-aqueous solvent. So we can go in detail about what is non-aqueous titration of weak bases. And this procedure is most commonly used in the titration of organic bases with standard solution of perchloric acid in the acetic acid. So in case of non-aqueous titration of weak bases, this weak base will be your sample. Sample will be the weak base, and commonly used procedure is titration of this weak base against the standard solution of perchloric acid in acetic acid. So we can discuss why both this perchloric acid and acetic acid is an acid and why this is taken as a mixture. And its reason is acetic acid is very weak proton acceptor and thus it does not effectively compete with the weak bases for protons, and this weak base will be your sample. So the acetic acid will not react completely with your basic sample, and only very strong acids will protonate acetic acid, and this acid that protonate acetic acid is the perchloric acid. So here is a reaction of the acetic acid with the base, that is CH3COH plus Ha gives CH3COH2 plus A minus. And the perchloric acid is the strongest of the common acid in acetic acid solution, and the titration medium usually used for non-aqueous titration is perchloric acid in acetic acid. So during the preparation of the perchloric acid, see we know one thing, that in non-aqueous titration, non-aqueous means here there should not be any amount of water. Okay, so in non-aqueous titration, if there is any small amount of water, then there will be changes in the result. So in case of perchloric acid, there is a chance of presence of small amount of water, that is in case of aqueous perchloric acid. So in such cases we have to add acetic anhydride, so that this acetic anhydride is hydrolyzed into acetic acid with the help of the water that is present in the perchloric acid. These two merits are the, first of all you will get the hydrolyzed form of acetic anhydride, and second one is you will get removed of your water present in the perchloric acid, and this perchloric acid will be suitable for the non-aqueous titration. Next is, so sample is your weak base. Weak base will be the sample. Then what about the solvent? So solvent in the titration of weak bases is, it can be of neutral solvent or acidic solvent. So what are the examples of neutral solvent? The neutral solvent example is acetonitrile alcohol, chloroform, benzene, chlorobenzene, dioxane or ethyl acetate, etc. In case of acidic solvents, the example is formic acid, glacial acetic acid, propionic acid, acetic anhydride and sulfonyl chloride. So these are the solvent that is used in the titration of weak bases or acidometry in the non-aqueous titrometric analysis. So weak base, that is your sample is ready, your solvent is ready. This solvent is dissolved, the sample weak base will be dissolved in this solvent. So all the thing that is present upon the conical flask or beaker is ready. Now we have to know what is a titrant used, that is the solvent that is taken in the burette for the titration. So before that we have to discuss what is the principle of reaction of this weak bases with the perchloric acid and acetic acid. So we have already discussed that we are taken acetic acid. In common procedure, the solvent will be perchloric acid and acetic acid. So acetic acid will be the solvent used, and the reaction of acetic acid with the base will be CH3COH plus base gives BH plus plus CH3COO minus. This BH base is the conjugate acid of the base, and CH3COO minus is the conjugate base anion, and this conjugate base anion will react with the perchloric acid in the following manner. First of all, the acid that is present acetic acid that is present will react with the perchloric acid to give CH3COH2 plus Cl O4 minus. This protonated solvent, this is the protonated solvent, CH3COH2 plus protonated solvent will react with the initially there will be some acid will be reacted with the base. Acetic acid sometimes will be reacted with the base and you will get a conjugate base anion, and some of the acetic acid is reacted with the perchloric acid to give the solvent, protonated solvent, and this protonated solvent and conjugate base anion will combine together to give acetic acid that is having two molecules. So the overall reaction can be explained as B plus HClO4 minus HClO4 gives BH plus ClO4 minus. Next we can discuss what is a titrant that is used in the titration of the weak bases, that is in the acidimetry of non-aqueous solvents. So examples of the titrants are perchloric acid and glacial acetic acid, we already discussed in the introduction part, and next is the relatively neutral solvent dioxin and hydrogen bromide. So solvent is ready, your sample will be the weak base and the titrant is perchloric acid, dioxin or hydrogen bromide, and next after the time, during the time of titration we have to know the end point. So the end point can be determined by using the indicator method, and the indicators that is used in the titration weak bases are oracet blue, crystal violet, methyl, rose aniline, chloride quinaldine red, 1-naphthol benzene, malachite green. And if you are using stronger bases, we can also choose the indicators like methyl red, methyl orange, thymol blue, etc. Next we can go in detail about the preparation and standardization of perchloric acid. Why we have to study the preparation standardization of perchloric acid? Because in the acidimetry of non-aqueous solvents, that is in the titration of the weak bases, we are taking the titrant as perchloric acid. So we have to know in detail about the preparation and its standardization procedure. So first one is preparation. In preparation part, you have to take 8.5 ml of perchloric acid and mix with 500 ml of anhydrous glacial acetic acid. After mixing continuously, you have to stir effectively. Then stirring means mixing. Then into this 500 ml of solution, you have to add 25 ml of acetic anhydride. What is the purpose of acetic anhydride? Acetic anhydride is added to remove if any moisture is present in the perchloric acid. We can remove it by using the acetic anhydride. So after addition 25 ml of acetic anhydride, you have to cool and add anhydrous glacial acetic acid to produce 1000 ml. If it is finally prepared for 1000 ml, then you have to keep stand for 24 hours because you have to get a reacted solution. Perchloric acid have to be reacted with the acetic anhydride so that the water have to be removed. For that you have to give a time for about 24 hours. For this reason we are keeping after the preparation, the prepared sample have to be kept for 24 hours. The next is the standardization of 0.1 molar perchloric acid. So standardization we have already discussed in the previous topics that there will be a primary standard, and in the standardization of 0.1 molar perchloric acid, the primary standard used will be the potassium hydrogen phthalate. You have to weigh 0.35 gram of potassium hydrogen phthalate, which will be previously dried at 120 degrees Celsius for 2 hours and then dissolve within 50 ml of anhydrous glacial acetic acid. We have to choose solvents other than water because it is non-aqueous titration, and then titrate with the perchloric acid by using an indicator, that is 0.1 ml of crystal violet solution is the indicator, and the end point color change will be the change of the violet color to emerald green color. After this performing standard, you have to do a blank determination, that is blank. After performing the standard, you have to go for the blank. Blank means doing the same procedure by omitting its sample. So here the sample is the potassium hydrogen phthalate. You have to repeat the experiment by removing the potassium hydrogen phthalate. That is, you have to take 50 ml of anhydrous glacial acetic acid and 0.1 ml of crystal white solution as an indicator, then titrate with the perchloric acid solution and you will get a value. This value and the standardization value is compared and you will get the correct exact titration value for the standardization of 0.1 molar perchloric. So doing the calculation, you need a equivalent weight, and this each ml of 0.1 molar perchloric acid is equal to 0.02042 gram of potassium hydrogen phthalate.